Greetings. Today we're going to have a slightly different video. I just wanted to make a record of what I consider to be, more or less credible alien images from a number of researchers over the past 60 or 70 years. So these are things that I have curated. The images, they all do have a story behind them. So, as you know, 99.999% of the images of possible alien or non-terrestrial creatures that you're going to find, they are hoaxes. But the ones that I have curated and included in this record, they could very well be hoaxes, of course, but they are the ones that have a little bit more substance to them. So I'm going to start by saying a couple of things. We have non-terrestrial entities that are benevolent, so they want the best for humankind. So these entities are usually from the Confederation of Planets. You also have the entities that are malevolent, so they're usually from the Orion group, and they actually want to control and enslave mankind. Now, things are not really all that black and white. It's very easy to make mistakes by applying simple methods of classification. But in very general terms, this is what you have, and please bear in mind that there is an exception to anything that we do, anything that we try to classify. Even humankind itself is very complicated. You have good individuals, bad individuals, and you have groups that are leaning towards good and groups that are leaning towards evil. But you can't really have things that are black and white. And of course, you have groups that are not associated or not. They're completely independent. So that's one thing that I wanted to say. The other issue is that these non-terrestrials, sometimes the best description for them would be interdimensionals, because in some instances it appears that they're not necessarily in our reality, but they can phase in and phase out. So they either do this because it's their nature, that they can phase in and out of our reality, or because they have some technology that allows them to do this. So with this in mind, we can start our presentation. So this first image is an image. Of course, it has a couple of drawings. But it does also have a couple of shots that were attempted by some researchers, and these are clearly interdimensional beings that were captured in some way. The next photo that we have is what appears to be a gray, and this is also this photo has also been cited by a number of researchers, a number of respectable researchers, as being legit. The next photo is also another one of a gray. This even has a little bit of a background. This could have been a leaked photo, and this photo has also been classified or discussed, and it's chances are that there is a bit of a legitimacy to this one. The next one is a series of photos. So it's a group of grays. As we know, grays aren't really they're not necessarily biological beings as we think of biological beings. They are kind of biological robots. They are created by the reptilians, and in this photo you have Grace in what appears to be next to a building or a house of some sort. The next one is from a same angle, but the one on the left has a more interdimensional aspect to it. So it appears that Greys, whatever they are, do have this ability to phase in and out of our reality. The next one is a photo of what appears to be a tall Grey in some kind of a facility. We know that the Greys and the reptilians do collaborate with governments, because governments do have their own agenda. They do have technology that they're not disclosing to the population, and we know that there is a great degree of collaboration there. The next photo is the famous Solway Firth spaceman. This one was taken in the 50s, and this does appear to be a capture of a interdimensional being. This photo has been discussed several times or hundreds of times. It has been supposedly debunked by some people, and then again supposedly debunked by many others. This photo, which was taken in the Solway Firth in the UK, also has links with an incident in a military installation in Woomera in Australia, because the same beings were seen in Woomera at around the same time that this photo was taken. So if you do your research, there's quite a lot of interesting material on this one. Now the next one is very interesting because this came directly from an insider, and this time, as opposed to the other instances, this time the actual insider came forward and disclosed who he was. It's Boyd Bushman, so a Lockheed Martin senior scientist. He was, as you can see, so he was aging. He was very old, and he had decided that he was not going to die and keep the secrets with him. So he actually came forward and he did disclose a huge amount of information, including some photos of what appears to be an orange. So these are the photos. So again, if you go back to this, you have the article. So you can have a search for Boyd Bushman and the orange. So these are a close shot of the orange. The being appears to be dead. Here is another one, but these are all disclosed by this Lockheed Martin insider, and this photo appears to be legitimate. Appears to be the real deal of this creature. Now the next one is the supposed photo of a Venusian. Apparently the Venusians, they are fourth density beings, and some are fifth density beings, that they can have a material presence. So this photo is the Mount Palomar UFO conference incident, that this lady just rocked up to the conference, and she started saying, "Look, I am from Venus." And then when people started asking too many questions, she got a little bit startled, and she left. As you can see, she has very strange features. The next one is another photo from a supposed Venusian. So this is the very famous case of Captain Valiant Thor. This is I am in two minds about this one. The insiders say that there is documented evidence that this being cooperated with the U.S. government for many decades, and he had an intelligence that was way above anything that we had seen. He could speak 100 languages, and he could do amazing calculations in his head and all of that stuff. And he tried to disclose things to the population, but it was the disclosure was blocked by the government. And he tried to provide the cure for several diseases, but then the government, apparently it was Eisenhower, the U.S. government vetoed, the U.S. government blocked him because it would. The excuse was that it would bring economic upheaval if he came up with all of the new technologies that he was proposing to give humankind, and the government decided to stop the whole thing. So this is a story that far more research is needed in this case, and this story is told in a book by in a book that is called I can't remember the name of the book now, but it was from a Pentagon insider, Dr. Strange's. So the next photo is quite interesting as well, because it's an alleged photo of another Venusian. This guy looks pretty much like just like the case of Valiant Thor. This guy looks pretty much human to me, but in some pieces of research, you will also find this photo as pointing to a Venusian alien that was in cooperation with the U.S. military. In some cases, they even call this guy Valiant Thor, even though I don't see any resemblance with the first photos that with the previous photos that I had shown. But in any case, these are the photos that appear to have some kind of a background, and of course they can be disputed, they can be debunked, but among the UFO researchers, these photos appear to be the ones that have a bit of a leg to stand on. So thank you very much for your time. If you like the video, please subscribe to the channel, and like and share. And I believe we need to divulge this information to as many people as possible. Cheers, bye.